Previously on Dream Team.
So if my dream comes true and I own this club, I guarantee you that this woman will run it for me as chief executive.
I'm offering you my services. I'm serious. Webster's just made a big mistake.
Telling me I've definitely got it.
The worst case scenario is that you notice a significant deterioration in a matter of months.
Welcome to Sky Sports News. Finally, after months of uncertainty, the suitors to the throne of Harchester United are to meet in court today. We join our reporter Tony Campbell live outside Harchester High Court. Tony, what's the atmosphere like down there today?
It's noisy. Pilar Hernandez and Matthew Webster are by far the firm favourites. As you can see, the prospect of a family of Evertonians winning their club is not appealing to most Harchester fans. Arriving at the court earlier today, the Boyle family were greeted with boos and jeers as they entered the building.
Thanks for coming.
Hey, you're making things worse.
I'm trying to bond. They love us yet.
Hey, is that how your mother fed you?
We love you.
There was a mixed reaction from the crowd to the arrival of Clyde and Donna Connolly. Though Clyde is a Harchester favourite, his wife is a little less popular.
Ladies and gentlemen, your new chairwoman.
The morning session due to start, only Matthew Webster is... Wait a minute, is that his car now? Yes, here he comes. The bookie's favourite is here.
Hey, you'll be fine.
I should have hired a solicitor.
Nobody else has got the same passion for this you've got.
Yeah, but at least I might have stood up in front of a judge before.
You're gonna win it. I know you are.
What were all those years in law school for, eh? I didn't finish the course. Well, look upon this as your final exams, all right?
You've worked so hard for this. I've got a really good feeling.
Thanks for coming.
You don't have to say anything. What are friends for?
Let's go and win us a football club, eh?
But I kick off tonight. You could be my new boss.
Wish you could stay.
Me too, baby. Good luck. Good luck, pal. Look after her. Okay.
So this is it then?
Yeah. Imagine if we win it.
The bookies seem to think Matt Webster's got it in the bag.
Well, we'll see about that.
Courtroom 2, commencing in 5 minutes.
Nervous?
I thought you were going to help us out with this. I'm working on it. Or work faster. You want that chief executive's job, you take Webster out the game, okay?
My lord, I am appearing on behalf of the claimant, Dean Boyle. Mr. Connaught appears on behalf of Donna Connolly, and Matthew Webster appears in his own cause.
I can't say that I exactly approve of your choice of representation, Mr. Webster, but it's too late now. In the matter of Boyle versus Connolly versus Webster, I understand that each of the three parties is petitioning Harchester United Trust, in the absence of its former chairman, Mr. Philip Wallace, to hand over direct ownership of the Harchester United Football Club.
Yes, my lord.
And further, each of the three petitioners makes this claim because they argue that the football club is theirs as the result of winning a raffle.
That is correct, my lord.
Well, I have each of your three written statements, of course. Now, Mr. Kirk, will you get these proceedings underway?
Yes, my lord. My client Dean Boyle's case is very simple. On May the 18th this year, he purchased 4 tickets for the rescheduled game between Harchester and Everton. Included in those tickets was one numbered Block 3, Row F, seat 61.
Luke Davenport cannot just disappear.
I'm telling you, no one knows where he's gone. Why would I keep it from you?
Maybe because it was your son who punched him.
Ryan has nothing to do with Luke's disappearing act. Might I remind you that it's Ryan that's kept me from disappearing as well. I'm here until he recovers. Luke's the one you need answers from, not Ryan, not me.
It's just... I can't keep lying to the press.
You're right. Not with the Borough game tonight. If we don't find him in time, we'll have to make up some kind of reason.
Where can he be,
Well...
It's difficult to make a prognosis at such an early stage. We should really wait for the swelling to die down.
I've waited 3 days. Just tell me.
There's some epithelial swelling, which may indicate an acceleration of the condition. Losing your sight's not the end of the world. You can still have a good life.
Will I be able to play?
You're asking me questions I simply can't answer.
I've got a game tonight!
Then that's when we'll find out.
If I can't, everyone will know.
Maybe that's not such a bad thing. This isn't going to go away. Your employers will have to know eventually. Luke, have you thought about the other option?
I can't. There's no way.
And the winner is... North Stand. Block 3. Row F. Seat number 61.
Mr. Wallace specifically says the seat number, not the ticket.
My lord, is Mr. Connaught suggesting that Mr. Wallace awarded the club to a seat?
Oh, I doubt that very much, Mr. Kirk. As my client, Donna Connolly, was sitting in the seat at the time, she is, surely, the winner of the raffle and, therefore, the club. On this basis, we submit our petition. That is all, Your Honour. Mr. Webster, if you will.
All this talk of tickets and seats doesn't interest me in the slightest. Let them argue over the meaning of words.
Mr. Webster, you will rise when you address the court. Oh, go on, go on.
The fact is that, under the terms and conditions of my season ticket, that seat was mine for the entirety of the 2002-2003 season. The Everton fixture was part of that season. It saved Harchester from relegation and prevented Everton from reaching Europe. The club, therefore, was in breach of contract when it resold the seats for that game.
Well, after his blistering start to the season, Luke Davenport has been named by Sven-Göran Eriksson to join the England squad.
I just need to know where you are, Luke. Can you call me as soon as you get... Where the hell have you been?
Do you have any idea what it's been like around here? The whole world is looking for you.
Do you even remember that we have a game tonight? I pay you thousands of pounds a day. I will not tolerate this sort of behaviour. You can't just disappear and leave us to pick up the pieces.
I'm going blind, Pillar.
What?
As head of legal services, it was my responsibility to draw up the terms and conditions for the season tickets.
And in your opinion, does that ticket constitute a contract between the club and the ticket holder, valid for the whole of the season in question?
It is not my opinion, Mr. Webster, it is the law.
And so the club was contracted to allow me to occupy that seat for the Everton game whenever it be played?
Yes.
Nothing further, Your Honour.
Mr. Douglas, when the FA granted a replay, how did you inform the season ticket holders of their right to take up their seats for the game?
We sent out letters.
Did you think that letters were appropriate given the time frame?
Thank you, Mr. Webster. You've had your turn. Please continue, Mr. Connaught.
Letters like this one, giving the season ticket holder 48 hours to claim their seat for the game before the seat was reallocated.
Yes.
And to your knowledge, did Mr. Webster receive one of these letters?
As far as I know, every one of our 15,000 season ticket holders was sent a letter, yes.
I certainly never received one.
Oh, thank you again, Mr. Webster. Please sit.
Nothing further, my lord.
Yes, I know our insurers don't cover degenerative illnesses. I don't want to hear sorry. I want a way out.
Miss Hernandez? Miss Hernandez? I've just received a fax. I thought you must see it immediately. It's from Chelsea, Roman Abramovich.
What?
They've made a bid for Luke Davenport. £40 million.
You're doing what?
40 million, Stuart. I had to accept.
You just stopped my son from making a move of a lifetime for Luke, and now you just want to sell him.
Come on, Stuart. I did Ryan a favour.
But I have to remind you how important Luke is to this team.
He's belligerent, not a team player. He undermines your authority.
You undermine my authority. Jesus, Pilar. After all you've done to get him here, now you want to sell him just when we're on course for the Champions League.
Think of the new players you could buy. This is a chance to build a team that can win.
You do know how difficult he will be to replace. He scores goals.
What if he couldn't score anymore?
What?
I must safeguard the well-being of this club.
How much will I get to spend?
15 million. I guarantee it.
What, out of 40? I want 25.
This club is dead, Stuart. 20.
The move for Davenport comes at a time of great instability at Harchester, and the Dragons fans are believed to be planning a protest against that move before tonight's game against Middlesbrough. I'm just hearing that today's trial has ended, and here come the claimants now.
Donna, any comment on the Chelsea bid for Luke Davenport?
How much?
40 million.
40 million. Pounds or euros?
That's pounds.
You could get an awful lot of very good players for that kind of money.
40 million is an insult for a player of his calibre. He's the heart and soul of this club. I'll speak to Pilar Hernandez and see to it personally that Luke Davenport goes nowhere.
If you want Davenport, I want all the money in one lump sum, and I want it within a week.
Miss Hernandez,
I'm willing to go down to 35 to get it all now.
you seem awfully keen to sell.
If it's beyond you, I'm quite happy for Luke to carry on playing for us.
Okay. Okay.
So we have a deal. 35 million in one payment.
Make those diagonal runs, just like you've been...
Look who it isn't. Nice of you to join us. Or you come to say you're not going to play with us anymore?
You are?
As soon as someone puts him in his place, he goes running off the mummy.
That'll do, Clyde. Listen. I don't think it's a good idea you're training with us today.
I don't follow.
I've spoken to Pilar. It's all over the news, mate.
Oh, my God.
If we win tonight, we go above your new club, so I hardly think you'll be fully committed to our cause. What? We go above Chelsea. Oh, come on. Sure you orchestrated the whole deal.
Will you please tell me what it is you're talking about? You've forgotten our conversation we had this morning?
Of course not.
I told you so you could help. Not con someone into buying
I've
me.
just accepted a bid. I'm not conning anyone.
I went past the medical.
You passed ours.
I didn't have the symptoms then.
They might not pick it up. You never know.
Have you any idea what it's going to be like for me if people find out I've got this condition?
It'll be good for both of us. I get the transfer money, you get the huge signing.
It's all about the money! If this comes out, I'll never play for England again. Now I am contracted to you for 3 more seasons. I'm playing tonight. And there is nothing you can do about it.
It's Harchester United against Middlesbrough this evening at the Dragon's Lair. And although it's been an excellent Premiership season so far, Harchester fans have been up in arms following rumours that star striker Luke Davenport is to be sold to Chelsea. And having scored 20 of the club's 24 goals this season, supporters quite naturally feel it's vital to the club's hopes of winning the title that he stays. Davenport very unsettled at the club following an as yet unconfirmed training ground bust-up that left him with a black eye. And it'll be intriguing to see whether Luke Davenport can keep his mind focused on matters on the field following his recent troubles. But make no mistake, this is a big test for him tonight.
Luke Davenport must not be allowed to leave this club.
Please enlighten me.
Enlighten you? I mean, he scores all our goals. Without him, we'd be just...
What?
All I know is that selling him would be madness.
What was I thinking?
With him in the team, we're a threat. A real threat. Who knows where he might take us?
The Premiership title.
Well, maybe.
Champions League.
Anything's possible. Look, until this court case is over, I can't make you stop the deal. But please don't sell him.
Okay. You don't want us to sell him? We won't sell him. Whatever you want.
Harchester fans are furious that Davenport is to be sold, particularly to one of their rivals at the top of the table. We understand Miss Hernandez is about to make a statement following a heated meeting with Chairman-elect Matthew Webster earlier today.
I would first like to thank the fans for their avid support. The strength of their feelings means a lot to this club. And after discussions with Mr. Webster, I can assure you, Luke Davenport is going nowhere. With Luke Davenport, anything is possible. Without him, we can kiss the Champions League goodbye.
We look forward to another season.
Absolutely, yeah.
Tony, you call that helping? He's even making the flaming decisions in there now.
I backed the wrong horse, didn't I, Jeff? Should have gone with Hernandez.
Davenport misses 3 days training and then he's back in the team with no questions asked.
I am the manager of this football team, right?
Well, it's funny you should say that, Stuart, because from where I'm standing...
Look, you've worked very hard to get back in this team. Don't blow it.
Right, Luke. Guess what? You're back in the team.
I'm this far from dropping you, Connolly. You understand?
Better do the business tonight, big man.
Yeah, I want to see that magic tonight, player. Show me how it's done.
Leave him.
Sandra, busy?
A little.
I bet, with all this ownership malarkey, you've been following it?
It's been following me.
So it seems. I suppose Matt's your favourite.
Of course. He's everyone's. He's the only Harchester fan there.
Didn't you used to work in the ticket office?
Yeah, but that was a while ago.
Look, Sandra, the other lawyers are trying to prove that Matt was sent a letter offering him the chance to claim his seat. If they do, he's finished. Don't suppose you know if there's any way of proving whether or not that letter was sent?
Come on, lad, come on, come on!
A win this evening will keep Harchester in 4th place in the Premiership table, but there is a palpable air of relief amongst the fans that prospective owner Matt Webster has blocked the proposed move of Luke Davenport to Chelsea. And frankly, it's a situation that he and the rest of the officials at Harchester could well do without. It will be very important to see how Davenport reacts tonight, and this is the Harchester starting 11. Alex Lawler again in goal. Youngster Justin Lee is on the bench as Tommy Moore struggles for fitness. Player manager Stuart Naismith returns after injury. And a very important game here for Harchester as they look to keep on the shirt tails of the leaders.
So this is a list of every season ticket holder. When a match is rearranged, a letter is automatically generated, printed out and sent to all of them.
So if his name's on the list, he got sent one?
Sure, in theory.
How do you mean?
The Everton game was mad. We only had 5 minutes notice to get them all out. We were in the office till about 3 AM stuffing envelopes. We had some of the stewards helping. By midnight, people were just chucking letters into the bin. Less hassle. It is possible that letter didn't get sent. Is that helpful?
Great, thanks.
Here's Bobby Thompson. Davenport calling for it to his left, and Luke Davenport! Oh, he miscued that one badly. Pilar Hernandez won't be happy with that, nor will Davenport. Good opportunity. Now Davenport made the space for himself, and again he drags the shot.
We should have sold it while we had the chance.
Well, he was wasteful here, Luke Davenport. Clyde Connolly had made a great run and was in space for him. And that was very poor finishing, and Clyde Connolly is very angry. Oh, and look at that reaction from Davenport. Half-time whistle has gone here, and this is not good news for Harchester. Half-time score at the Dragon's Lair is 0-0.
Good passing it.
You need to get it. He's going to cross on target.
You need to keep the ball in the bloody stadium, mate.
Where's OD? You've lost it.
It's not me, it's you.
That was an absolute disgrace. Where's the shape? Where's the movement? Where's everything that we've worked on for the past 3 months, for God's sake? It's not happening for you tonight. I'm taking you off.
That's amazing, Sandra. Are you sure?
Of course. I'd love to help.
Scotch, please. Double.
What's that?
Nothing. I was just trying to get proof that Matt didn't get that letter, but all I could find was this mailing list.
Has it got his name on? But doesn't that prove that the letter was sent to him? We've got to destroy it.
Calm down. It doesn't prove anything, just that his name's on the mailing list, and we knew that anyway.
Still, better get rid of it, eh? Can't be too careful.
Sure.
That's it. That's your big plan. Alison might know something about the letter. Really, Jeff?
I've got a feeling for this sort of thing, Tony. I know she's hiding something. Get her up on that stand and let your barrister take a pop at her.
Her boyfriend stands to get hold of 30 million quid. All she's got to do if we ask her if she got the letter is say, no, my lord, and it's his. What did you imagine she was going to do?
I know she's got something.
I need more than a feeling. Now you think of a way of getting to her. Scare her, trick her, lie, cheat, whatever you got to do. But think of something.
Dramatic news here. Davenport substituted by Curtis Alexander. Where will the goals come from now?
Harchester's poor run of late continued last night with defeat to Middlesbrough at the Dragon's Lair. Stuart Naismith's contentious decision to remove Davenport at half-time failed to resurrect the fortunes of Harchester, who went on to lose the game 2-0. Meanwhile, the ownership battle that has dogged the Harchester boardroom since the start of the season is set to be decided today. More on that and all the rest of last night's action after the break.
Come in a minute.
Also go live to Manchester
Cheers.
United to find out their thoughts about the upcoming Christmas schedule.
It's John, isn't it?
It's Frank.
Oh, of course, yeah. Have you been following the Harchester United case?
Yeah.
And who do you want to win?
Matt Webster.
Yeah, of course you do. You've been delivering his post for years, haven't you?
Yeah.
What would you think if I said you could help Matt Webster win his case and make you a big hero with the Harchester fans?
Why not?
Good man.
I saw the game last night. I just couldn't see the ball. Against the stands, the floodlights, it's just vanished. I understand. The other option we talked about, I want to go ahead with it.
You understand what this means?
I can't go through that again. Without being able to play, I'm nothing. My mind's made up.
So it's entirely possible that he didn't even receive the letter. It's probably lying in the landfill site somewhere.
My lord, we're not in the business of probably.
Just stick to what you know, Miss Green.
OK. I know that some of those letters weren't sent out.
And did you have fans complaining about this?
Yeah, the switchboards were jammed.
Nothing further, my lord.
Matt, you have exceeded all my expectations. It's all but one. All you need to do now is get your star witness to confirm that you didn't receive that letter, and you are home and dry.
Star witness?
Alison, you schmuck. She's your ex. She's got nothing to gain by you winning. No emotional attachment. Her testimony on top of Sandra's to say that you didn't get that letter, and you are laughing.
Jeff, you are a genius.
What?
I need a favour.
Trust me.
You don't know what you're asking me to do, man.
What? Alison, I need this. I can win this. Today. I just need this extra push.
Matt,
Please, if I ever meant anything to you, do this for me now.
What's going on? Where are you going? If this has anything to do with being dropped, you can't overreact. Could you not at least talk to me?
I'm going to hospital. To have an operation.
You can have an operation?
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. I thought when you told me, I thought there was nothing you could do. What's involved? Is it complicated? Luke? Is there something you're not telling me?
There is a risk I could lose my sight. Permanently. Can I confirm one last time that you never saw me open or read a letter from Harchester United Football Club regarding the Everton game?
That's right.
Thank you. That's all, my lord.
Oh, one moment, Miss Hill. Any further questions, Mr. Connaught? Mr. Kirk?
Just a few questions. Won't take long. Always up first in the morning, Miss Hill?
You must answer the question, Miss Hill.
Always, yes.
And you always got to the Morning Post first?
Yes.
Well, I put it to you that an altogether different version of events happened in the run-up to that football match. On the morning of May 16th, you did indeed get up first. As you descended those steps, the letterbox poured forth the usual tittle-tattle of junk mail and bills. But there was something else, wasn't there, Miss Hill? There was a letter from Harchester United Football Club. Come on, Alison, you must have seen that familiar letterhead 1,000 times before. If Matt's half the fan you say he is, you must have recognised it instantly. Perhaps I could refresh your memory, if your lordship pleases. Dear Mr. Webster, the last game of the season between Harchester United and Everton has been rescheduled to be played on May the 18th. Should you wish to claim your seat for this game, you have 48 hours to do so. If you do not contact us within that time, we shall reallocate your seat. Now, isn't it true, Miss Hill? Having read this letter, and fearing it meant the end to your cherished family holiday, you simply disposed of it. Now, I put it to you again. Did you receive this letter? Yes or no? May I remind you, Miss Hill, you are under oath. Perjury is an imprisonable offence. I feel compelled to warn you that I'm about to call the postman who delivered your mail that morning. An avid Dragons fan, it would appear, and one who often discussed football with your husband. Given his presence in the courtroom, I'd like to give you the opportunity of reconsidering your testimony. Did you receive that letter, Miss Hill?
You must answer the question, Miss Hill.
Yes. There was a letter.
All rise.
I look at you, Mr. Webster, and I see a true football fan. Yes, you held that seat for 11 years, and I genuinely believe the former chairman, Mr. Philip Wallace, fully intended you to be the man to have the club. But
don't do this.
The fact is that the club fulfilled its obligation to you. It did send you the letter, and I therefore have no choice but to agree that the club was within its rights to reallocate your tickets, and I must say with some regret. Therefore, your claim has no merit. As for the other two claimants, Mr. Boyle and Mrs. Connolly, this is indeed a complicated matter, and as such I require further time to consider. I propose to adjourn this court, and I will give you my decision when the court resumes on the 4th of January. Thank you.
All rise.
Mate, it's not the end of the world. Matt, open the door.
Come here, you little beauty! Do you think I ever doubted you? Getting the postman to bluff Alison, a genius! Jeff, you are the chief exec for me. Judas!
Matt? I don't know what to say. I'm so sorry. just wanted us to go on holiday. If I could go back and change it now, I would, but I knew how angry you'd be if I told you. I didn't think it would matter. It was just one game. Please say something. Is he up there? He doesn't want to talk.
Charlton on Saturday.
I can't. I can never watch Harchester again. Every time I see this shirt, it will remind me of today.
Can't we pretend, Matt? Just forget it.
It was meant for me. My life was this close to being perfect. Now, I never want to see another football being kicked as long as I live.
How am I going to go to the games?
You're going to have to get your mum to take you from now on. It's over for me here. I'm leaving Harchester.
But you can't! Bye, Dad.
He'll take about 2 months to recover from the operation, in terms of the quality of his vision.
And there is a chance it could go wrong?
Yes, there is a danger that Luke's body may reject the transplant.
And you prepared to take that chance?
I haven't any choice.
If it goes wrong, the Champions League, everything we've worked for. Think about your career, for God's sake.
May I remind you that we are talking about a man having an operation in order to safeguard his vision for the remainder of his life. The question of whether Harchester United qualifies for Europe this season appears quite irrelevant. In any case, as I've made abundantly clear to Luke, it is highly unadvisable to take part in contact sport after an operation of this kind.
What?
I'm sorry, but that's the reality of the situation. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to get Luke ready for his operation.
We're back in 10 weeks. Max.
Tony. 1 down, 1 to go. All we've got to do now is get rid of Donna's claim and we're...
Jeff, my old son, I'm well ahead of you. You kept up your end of the bargain. Now it's my turn.
I couldn't blame you for going with Webster, to be honest. He was the safest bet, wasn't he? I don't think there's any way you could have known that siding with him would eventually mean I got your job. Just bad luck, really. Chin chin.
Drop your claim to the club.
Have you lost it?
I want you to let it go, for Dean and Karen's sake.
Don't try and pretend you care about them. You want the club for yourself, so don't try all this emotional blackmail rubbish.
Drop the claim, Donna. Or I'll tell Clyde about you and Curtis and your night of passion. Take what you got. A nice marriage to a millionaire footballer. Or I'll make sure you end up with nothing.
Well, I'll just tell Karen about me and you.
You know as well as I do, she worships the ground to walk on. Wouldn't believe a word of it.
She's my sister.
I can make her believe anything I want. Drop the claim.
You haven't got the bottle. Merry Christmas.
Knock, knock. So is it true then? Jeff stabbed you in the back? I don't know, eh? What's he playing at?
Jeff's only interested in one thing.
And that's himself, eh? So the ex-girlfriend thing is that true? So you're going for good then?
Nothing left here for me.
Shame. Could have done with you as chairman. One way of getting into the first team.
Just watch yourself. Jeff's great when he's working for you, but as soon as he sees a better deal somewhere else.
Yeah, well, I've got no choice, have I? He's all I've got.
Not anymore.
What's this?
When you score your first for Harchester, just think of me, yeah?
Listen, Matt, you just can't...
Miss Hernandez, message from Dreaming. They want to know what the situation is with the ownership battle. And they're asking why Luke Davenport was subbed against Middlesbrough.
Really?
Davenport didn't show for training again today. If this carries on, look, it's getting beyond the joke. The players are up in arms. And to be honest, I don't know where I stand. Are we still going to have jobs? Can you give me a call back? I need to know what we're going to do.
Now that the campaigning's over and all that's left is the agonising wait for the judge's verdict, how do you reflect on your time since that fateful Everton match?
Well, it's certainly changed our lives a lot, there's no doubt about that.
When you first came to Harchester, you came in a caravan. You seemed a very down-to-earth family.
We are, yeah. Obviously, some people have changed.
Go on.
Well, Donna's let it go to her head a bit.
That, of course, is Mrs. Donna Connolly, the wife of the Harchester player Clyde.
She let our Dean down. They were engaged. Me and Dean are just ordinary football fans. I think she was seduced by the financial side of it.
Do you have any concerns that she's had the serious financial backing of Mr. Connolly through the trial? Has that been a disadvantage? Mr. Boyle?
It's the lad, Clyde, I feel sorry for.
Why is that?
Because I know what she's really like. And if Clyde Connolly knew what she'd been up to with his teammate Curtis Alexander, I doubt he'd be so willing to help.
Pilar. I'd like to leave a message for Miss Pilar Hernandez, please.
Miss Hernandez has checked out.
What?
Dear Stuart, you're the one person whom I care that I'm leaving, so you deserve an explanation at least. I really thought it was going to work out. Everything's turned around so quickly. I put all I had into this club. It mattered more than anything. I gambled, but I lost. This team meant everything to me, but I just can't face being here anymore. I'm sorry. Goodbye.
Coming soon on Dream Team.
This is ridiculous.
Nothing about the current management surprises me.
May I at least get changed first?
Of course.
Merry Christmas, Tony. Harchester United's all yours.
I'm the man who moved into this house so you wouldn't be kicked out. I'm the man who...
Time for your real Christmas present, Tony.